part in making that happen. Please welcome to the show Dustin Shores, a local community artist, Mellissa Jones, and Stan Washington, two of the First Ward case managers for the Charlotte Housing Authority. Dustin, Mellissa, Stan, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Now, as many people are aware, First Ward, a little under 20 years ago, was an area of Charlotte of despair. People would often travel around the quadrant just to get to the next section of the city because it just wasn't a safe place to be in. But as you can probably all attest now, that's completely different.
Yes, it is.
Now, Stan and Mellissa, you both are First Ward case managers for the Housing Authority. Tell us a little bit about what that is and entails for your job.
Well, you know, under the Family Self-Sufficiency program under the Housing Authority, we get a chance to work with 132 families within the First Ward community at First Ward Place, the apartment complex right across the street from where we are housed. You know, these individuals have a chance to live in a decent environment, have a chance to be in Uptown Charlotte, which is continually growing. They attend school. They're living with neighbors that probably have progressed a little further than they have, but are moving towards self-sufficiency themselves. So it gives them hope. It gives them some encouragement that they can make it, they can do better, and live in a very decent and safe environment. I think that's a plus for them.
Now, Mellissa, based on your experience, how do you feel the impact of the mixed income environment is for the success of the clients?
I think the mixed income environment really allows the participants in the Family Self-Sufficiency program to see, okay, this is my dream. This person is doing what I would like to do. So it gives them that inspiration. It allows them to talk amongst their neighbors who are paying regular market rate rent to say, okay, well, what did you do? Can you assist me with this? So it allows them to make partnerships and to get to know each other and have different people that they could lean on.
And you mentioned partnerships, and I think that's key. The transformation of First Ward, it's still evolving. It's not you make the buildings better, you put it in a different environment, but it's continuing to evolve and act as a community through partnerships. The Housing Authority, along with the First Ward neighbors, got up with you, Dustin, right?
That's right.
And you started to talk about ways to connect art and community. Tell us a little bit about your experience in making that happen and why you feel it's important.
Well, I really think that art is a universal language. You know, everyone can appreciate photography and painting and drawing. Something about it just connects to us. And bringing art in the community together is, you know, quite simple. You know, you just say, hey, let's have an idea, let's have a vision. What do we want to do to put this project together and to bring everything together and create something that the community can be proud of and it can display and reflect on and go from there.
Now, Stan, you were part of the meeting that Dustin was in with Bob from the First Ward neighbors, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
What were some of your thoughts when you guys began to discuss this?
I guess it was early in the planning phase. How could we connect the children in the community and use their ideas to be a major part of the mural itself instead of something that we would think of? We let the children kind of dictate, okay, this is what's important to me, either in artwork or in picture form. And we had 3 Saturdays within a month that they had to meet and do their drawings and bring back their pictures and communicate with us and Dustin and his assistant what they thought was important that they wanted to show on the murals.
Now, Dustin, Stan mentioned the 3 Saturdays. How was it determined what you would do and how you would do it?
So basically, you know, it's up to the children. You know, we come together on the first meeting, we say, what do you want to do for this mural? Basically, you have a 4 by 8 foot space. What do you want to see on this mural? You know, and of course they need a little bit of guidance, but so we came up with a plan to depict the First Ward, you know, a skyline scene of the city. And so the kids all started drawing up miniature sketches of what they want to see on the mural. And then we said, well, let's put together our vision of what First Ward is to us. And so they drew parks, scenes of, you know, people walking their dogs, the skyline, helicopters, trees, buses, cars, you know, anything that you could see uptown, they put it on this mural and they really gave it, you know, an extra bit of life.
Now, these were all children who reside in the First Ward quadrant?
Correct.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Mellissa, you attended some of the Saturday meetings?
I did. I did have the pleasure of attending some of the Saturday meetings and seeing the enthusiasm that the children had, even if it was as simple as just drawing the street, the roads. with the median included, or some people that were excited about the Bobcats at that time because the season was still in, and they would draw pictures of their players or the Bobcats or the Panthers, and even the fire station that's right down the street or their school that they attend.
It's kind of a unique approach, you know, when you think of children drawing pictures of their community, living in Uptown Charlotte, it's a little bit different maybe than a lot of traditional children drawing. So I'm sure the mural, I've seen some pictures of it, it's just amazing. And the fact that the children take ownership and they have the opportunity not only to be part of this art project, but all the culture of Uptown. Yes. That many children in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools or even across the country don't have an opportunity to be a part of.
So true.
So I had a chance to talk with Maura Quinn of Charlotte Center City Partners, and they actually partnered a little bit with the children as well. And the Bobcats were a part of it, and you did some additional artwork with some of those children. Can you tell me about it?
Yes, for the march that was Uptown Charlotte, we did an art project. We made banners. I believe it was 2 weeks before, around Christmas time. And we made these banners that kind of depicted the First Ward scenes as well. The kids drew basically all types of scenes from Uptown Charlotte, and then also they were really big on the Bobcats at the time. So the Bobcats donated all the children that participated in this event T-shirts, and they actually turned all the T-shirts into jerseys, and they wore them around the march that was for first night Uptown Charlotte. And that was really a blast. I've never worked with that many children before. There was probably about 80 children that were in the cafeteria at First Ward Elementary, and they were just going crazy. They were having a blast making art, and I think McDonald's also donated some chicken nuggets, so they were like really excited. They were eating the chicken nuggets, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, that's great. I mean, it's one small idea that it has continued to evolve. And so you have some children getting together a mural to connect their community, and then they're actually becoming part of an event in Uptown Charlotte. And then it even evolved into the Bobcats getting involved and the local restaurant chain. So it's amazing how one good idea can spawn others. And I'm sure some of the families that you work with are still talking about their experience with the murals and the positive impact on the children.
Yeah, the parents had to participate as well, getting the children there on a Saturday, especially their day off. But, you know, we had refreshments for all, and the kids were happy. We would talk to the parents, and I think they really can't wait to see the final results of the mural, and we can't wait to show it to them. They will really be pleased. You know, the children themselves are basically growing up in First Ward, and they're going to be the new history of First Ward. Yep. You know, and with the parents as providing guidance for them and the children having a part of the culture, we think it's just great that our particular program, the FSS program, you know, and the Housing Authority do what we can to put our footprint on what we're really doing in First Ward and let folks know.
I think that's great. Dustin, what got you involved with working with art in the community? How did this get started for you?
Well, basically about 2 years ago when I was in college, my senior thesis, I've tried to come up with an idea of how can I make art relate to everyone. You know, I want to have art that's outside of a gallery that has more of a purpose, that's for the people. And I was like, well, why don't I take artwork to the community and we create something that's about the community and for the community and something that they can reflect on and enjoy. And so I looked at several different organizations around Rock Hill at Winthrop University, and A Place for Hope is a community that's on the outskirts of Rock Hill. It's one of the poorest communities in the Southeast. And has really been struck with poverty and homelessness. And there's actually around 20 children that live in the community. And so we were able to set up a program at their after-school program where we made a mural, actually made 2 murals with the children at the Place for Hope. And it was an amazing experience. I worked there for almost 1 year, making art and helping out with homework and other types of events. And we came together and put together a really nice mural, and it was really well received from everyone in the community.
I would love to hear some more about that. We're going to pause for a quick break, take a look at those murals, and hear more about the work that evolved from the children's project, some of the other things you did in First Ward. Back in a moment.